we will be free. For when the rising tide is turned in every London quarter, Parliament comes crashing down with Robert's Rules of Order.
Again. Alrighty. So, don't get your nose in it this time. So here we go. I have to do 3. Now you got to do something.
Cult of RONR, June 7th. Take 1. Action. Ah! I'm kidding. That joke is ancient. This is Sunday, June the 7th.
Oh, it's a Sunday. Okay.
Yes.
Hey, we still got it. We still got it.
Folks, it's been a while because Chaos has been our middle name lately, and here we are.
We probably should say something about that. So we're skipping that month.
Yeah. We last left off somewhere in May, and now we're in June 7th.
But I haven't edited even the May ones yet. So
like I said, chaos has happened.
They'll probably be out of order. That's okay. That's okay. Because this one I'm editing today.
Yeah. To get back into the group.
Right. But you'll get some May ones after June.
Right.
I'm not smoking crack.
No. Not a DeLorean either.
I wish I was smoking some crack.
I wish I had a DeLorean.
That too.
Go back, get some sleep, and get everything caught up. Okay. Sunday, June 7th. And by the way, Back to the Future trilogy is on Netflix right now if you're interested. Here we go.
You're not close enough to your mic, hon.
I gotta eat the damn thing.
You gotta eat the balls.
That's what she said.
Boing. That was a perfect sound effect.
Springing the balls, folks.
There you go. Because mine ends up so loud. Oh, look what you did. The boing. Okay.
There's a little screen over there that shows us what the feedback is. Anyway, okay. June 7th, Sunday, which is today. While a question is temporarily disposed of, parenthesis, by any of several methods described in this and later chapters, but is not finally settled, no similar or conflicting motion whose adoption would restrict the assembly in acting on the first question can be introduced. Right. Now, we said 75:11 to 15. Context is motions that bring a question again before the assembly.
So basically they're saying if you postpone something, you can't do an end run around hearing it by introducing something in the interim period that would render it moot or contradictory.
Like a motion to adjourn?
Well, that wouldn't render it moot because you could still bring it back up. But you can't make a motion that would have the opposite effect, I guess.
Okay, so
that's the way I understand it, but we could see.
If the motion was A, you can't make and it's laying on the table, you can't say motion to do not A.
Yeah, all it is the quote from what we read. But that's what I understand it to be.
Okay, I'm going to back up the previous page a little bit, just put the context in on 74.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Basis of this classification. 4 motions are grouped in this book as motions that bring a question again before the assembly, since either by their adoption or by their introduction, they allow for the assembly to consider again the merits of a question that has previously been disposed of in some way. All the motions that bring a question again before the assembly are usually made, and, like main motions, 3 of them can only be made while no business is pending. The existence of these motions as a separate category may be seen as related to the following principles of parliamentary law. And we're not to the quote yet, guys. Mm-hmm. A, during the meeting or series of connected meetings called a session, it's not a sitting, folks, it's a session, in which the assembly has decided a question, the same or substantially the same question cannot be brought up again except through special procedures. Okay, here's the next part. Here's the quote. B, while a question is temporarily disposed of by any of the several methods described in this and later chapters, but is not finally settled, no similar or conflicting motion whose adoption would restrict the assembly in acting on the first question can be introduced. I wish they would put an example in here.
Yeah.
C, to change what the assembly has adopted requires something more in the way of a vote or a previous notice to the members than was necessary to adopt it in the first place. The motions that bring a question again before the assembly enable the assembly, without violating the above principles, to reopen a completed question during the same session or to take up one that has been temporarily disposed of or to change something that previously adopted and still in force.
You want to know, I wonder if there's an example if in brief.
That would be nice.
Does in brief talk about this? I don't really look at in brief, so I don't even know how it's
You
organized.
don't look at the briefs?
No.
Does Wayne know this?
No briefs.
I didn't say that, folks, and I'll leave Wayne to verify that one.
Where would it be? You use in brief sometimes, right?
Sometimes I don't have it with me, unfortunately.
So I wonder what this would even be under. Well, I'm not going to waste time on it. I'm going to study this a little bit to see if sometimes this might help us with some of these
There.
confusing.
Get this down a little more so it's not in my eyeballs.
Yeah, see if it helps us with some of these confusing things.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I guess that's
So well, here's a question for you, though. Okay.
I'm
They-
ready to
It
pound.
mentions 4 motions about bringing that as motions that bring a question again before the assembly. What are those 4 motions?
Motion to reconsider.
Uh-huh.
A motion to amend something previously adopted.
Uh-huh.
A take off the table.
Okay.
And something that's been postponed to a time certain, you would take it back up at that time. Be like a special order almost.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's what I think.
Yeah. And I'm not asking that to quiz you. I'm
Oh.
asking to put some context to this.
Yeah, that's what I would think those
Yeah.
would be. The first 3 I'm certain of. I'm not sure if they're thinking of something different than if you've postponed it, but I think I'm right on those
Yeah.
4.
I'm just trying to put some context to it. So, because the very next tab on the very next page is bringing motions back. So
bring back motions.
right, bring back motions. Yeah.
Alrighty, are you ready to?
I think we've sufficiently gone into the confusion on that one.
Me too.
So,
Oh. We need a theme song.
that was better than the Pac-Man.
Favor! Let's hear the opposition side. Like a stubborn donkey's bray. All opposed? You say nay. Opposed! Opposed! The motion carries anyway.